What's going on, YouTube? Well, if you watched the previous video, I was talking about how I went to Farley Con today. It's a small comic book convention in Eastridge, Tennessee. They pretty much focus on comic books, toys, action figures, that type of stuff. I mean, there is some Funko Pops there. I didn't really see anything that piqued my interest. You got local artists there that do comic covers. They do sketches. They'll pretty much do anything you want. They had quite a bit of different stuff. Excuse me. I wanted to record some video there. I mentioned in the previous video also, but the way that they set the tables and the booths up this time, they did like back-to-back double structure, so you have a very short pathway to walk down, as opposed to last time they did singles where it was just one line of single booths, and then they would have kind of larger walkway. It was so crowded in there, like it was honestly jam-packed, so I wasn't able to get any footage. Didn't really record anything, but I did buy quite a bit. I'm not gonna say that I got any like major keys. I did get some stuff that I mean, it fits into my collection. I bought some stuff just because I thought it was kind of cool, or I got a really good deal on it. And that's what we're kind of going to go over today. We're going to look at the books that I got. We'll discuss what kind of key they are, or the reason that I bought them. Like I said, there is quite a few books in this these two stacks that they just fill a gap, or they have some significance to the collection that I already have. Whether it's Amazing Spider-Man that bridges a gap that I had previously. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, let's see here. Sorry about my messy table too. I probably should have cleaned that off before I started recording. We'll do the stack on the right first, and then we'll get into the second one, the one on the left. Well, I got The Thing #1. This is from Marvel Comics, 1983. This is the origin of Ben Grimm or Grimm. Yeah. Be mindful, whatever prices there are up there, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what I paid for it. I actually got this and two other ones in a bundle deal. It was 3 for $10, I think, or 3 for $8, one of the two. So I got this one. I got Guardians of the Galaxy #1 from the same vendor, and it's just volume 1 of 1990. I don't know if this was, I don't know if there was really any significance, like first appearances or anything in that. And then I got Red Sonja, She-Devil with a Sword #1. It's actually volume 3, but all the Red Sonja that I know is from what is that? Dramatic Dynamic, something like that. It's whatever, whoever has the right to it now. I wasn't even aware that Red Sonja had ever been distributed from Marvel, so I went ahead and picked it up because it was a #1. Be honest with you, I don't read Red Sonja. I don't follow it, but I figured it was a pretty cool comic to kind of have in the collection, especially being a #1, and I'm a Marvel fanatic. So ASM Volume 2 #5. Actually, I already have this comic, but it was the first appearance of the third Spider-Woman, Maddie Franklin, and the first appearance of the fourth Spider-Woman, her granddaughter, Charlotte Witter. And I got it for $1. Like, I couldn't pass it up for $1. There wasn't any spine ticks on it. It's in really, really good shape. The corners are pretty sharp, so I went ahead and grabbed that one. This was actually given to me by a vendor for free, just because I'm an Amazing Spider-Man fan, and I bought a couple things from him. They brought it to me asking did I want to buy it for $1, and I was like, no, I'll pass on it. He was like, just put it in your bag. So you gotta love vendors, man. I'm telling you, like, the conventions are probably the highlight of the convention isn't necessarily the content, it's the people there. Like, I swear, the people there are some of the coolest people in the world that you'll ever meet. ASM was 73. Yeah, this was the first appearance of Silverman and Man Mountain Marco. Like I said, didn't pay the $40 for it. I got it in a bundle deal, but they were the ones that gave me the free whatever that is, the behind the scenes edition #1. ASM 345. This was when Cletus Cassidy became infected by the alien symbiote. I really bought it because it filled a gap in my ASM. I didn't have this one yet. I don't know how. I just hadn't ran across it from the time that I started back collecting, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But I didn't pay the $12 for it. The cool thing about conventions too is just because they have a price on there, I'd say a good 90% of them, if not more, they'll work with you on the price. They're not wanting to box this stuff up no more than anybody else is, so they don't have a problem with coming down on the price a little bit. And I noticed the more you spend, excuse me, golly, the more that you spend or the more comics that you're willing to take off their hand, the lower that price will usually come per comic. Alright, so what do we got here? 162 was the first appearance of Jigsaw. I didn't pay $25 for it, but either way, it's a good comic. And it was actually in really good shape. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, but it got maybe a little bit of spine tick right there and right there. Maybe one right there. But either way, it was something I didn't have, and it fell right into my collection. So ASM 600 was it was one that filled a gap in my collection, but it was also when Aunt May married, who did she marry in this one? J. Jonah Jameson, I think. Yeah. 656 was the debut of the Spider Armor MK2. I didn't have this one either. A good majority of the ASMs that I picked up today, they filled a void. I don't think I bought anything outside of that ASM 5 from Volume 2 that was a double of something that I already had. I've done that previously at this specific con, but I didn't do it this time. Everything, all the Amazing Spider-Mans that I bought, it was because I needed them. It was a gap in my collection. 132, which is a gap filler. 150. 154. 571. Cause we're at 571 was something important, but maybe not. 572. 317. What was special about this one? I know it was a McFarlane cover. What was it? 317. I know it's an early Venom appearance, but I can't remember if there's anything else special about that issue. I got that one for half off. This one, 539, was when they brought the black suit back. 682 was the debut of the Spider-Man armor, the MK3. And then, what was this? 683 and 684. Like I said, they're just gap fillers. 13 the same way. 166. I got that one for half off. And $4.35. And then Ultimate Spider-Man number 33. Oh, what all did they have in here? It was the first cover appearance of Ultimate Venom, and I think it was the first symbiote in the beaker. Like, they made a big deal about that. It does have a small little spine tick right there. It's not the greatest shape, but I only gave a couple bucks for it. The price on that's really dropped. It used to be worth quite a bit. I found this awesome Masters of the Universe. It was the first one that DC did. I think they did this one in '83, and then Marvel picked it up in '86. I haven't been able to get a copy of this, so I was kind of happy to find that one. I got this Venom number 3 from the Lethal Protector run. I needed 3. I had the other ones. For whatever reason, I didn't have 3. I could have picked up 4, and I didn't even think about it. I thought 5 was the first appearance of all the symbiote characters. Didn't realize that they actually had a cameo in 4. I wasn't thinking. It was at the end of the show for me. It was at the point where I was ready to go home. And I just picked up this one. They threw it in as a bundle deal with those other 3 comics. So I got 5, 3, Master of the Universe, and Ultimate Spider-Man was at 33 for a bundle. I think he gave them to me for like 20 bucks or something like that. Let's see. 658. It filled a gap, but I know it had something to do with the Future Foundation suit on the cover. Was like what makes the value a little bit higher than just a basic comic book. And which was this, 650? Yeah, 650 was the debut of the self suit and the first appearance of Ultimate Spider Slayer. This was a gap filler. What was this, 424? I've been trying to get this book forever, and every time I see it in anybody's comic shop, they want like 40 bucks for it, and I'm not willing to pay that for it. I don't remember what I ended up getting all these in a bundle. I don't remember what I technically would have paid for this one by itself. It wasn't 25 bucks, but it's the first appearance of the Anti-Venom. This one was in there too, 533. This is a 529, the first print, and it's the first appearance of the Iron Spider suit, or the debut appearance of the Iron Spider suit. They actually had the second appearance, or the second print on this, but they wanted the same exact price as they wanted for the first print. So I went ahead and just grabbed the third print from them also. I know it's probably not worth as much, but I figured, I mean, it's the first appearance of the suit, so I'd grab it. I would have grabbed the second one too if there would have been a little bit of variation on the price. But they didn't want to come down on the price, so I wasn't willing to do anything with it. 148 was just a filler. It's not the greatest shape. I mean, it does got lots of spine ticks. Like when it comes to books like this, I'll mark it down in my CLZ app, and then if I find one at a convention or at somebody's shop in better condition, then I'll go ahead and pick it up to get a replacement for this one. I do that with a lot of them. This one, I've been trying to get this book at a reasonable price probably for at least 8-9 months. And every time I find it, it's like super overpriced and I can't get my hands on it. ASM 315, it's the first partial cover appearance of Venom, just because he's right here, and it drives the price up. Some people just, like, they just go crazy with the price on this book. And this one was, they actually had 3 of them. One had water stains all down the spine, one had some other discoloration. This was the most expensive one that they had, but it was in the best shape. It has like one little tick right there that could, it's not even, I mean, there's no color break or anything on it, so it could probably be pressed out. And the color on it is really good. The corners are really good. So I got a pretty good deal on that one. And then 124 was the first appearance of Man Wolf, the son of J. Jonah Jameson. And it's in really good condition for being a number 124. Like, I mean, the corners are good. There's no bad spine ticks. I mean, it has a couple, but they're not horrible. And I didn't give $15 for it, so I mean, I might have gave $7 for it. I mean, hell, it's the first appearance of Man Wolf. Now, will he ever make his debut in like a movie or something like that? Nah, hell, I don't know. But either way, I mean, I needed it for the collection regardless. Oh man, I just realized that there's a piece of tape on it. Oh, wah wah wah. It looks like I'll be looking for another one of those. Dang it, that stinks. The light's hitting it just right, and I can see that there's a little piece of tape right there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get that off. But either way, it gives me a placeholder until I end up finding a better copy or a better version. I got a lot of them that are in the hundreds. Like from, I don't know, 64 to 200, that from that era right there that I probably need to try to find replacements for. And I look for them whenever I'm at these conventions or at people's comic book shops, see if they just have a better copy than what I have. But either way, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Those were my pickups for today. I think I had a pretty good haul. I don't even think I spent $200, like dead serious. And I got 2 pretty big size stacks of comics and didn't really have to come out of pocket too much. And it filled huge gaps in my ASM collection. Anybody who pays attention to any of my channel content knows that like I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did I have a pretty good haul? I mean, to keep something under $200 for the amount of comics that I got. And let me know about 315. Do you think that this comic should be as pricey as it is sometimes at some of these conventions? I've literally seen this comic go as high as $40. Like I said, I paid under 15. I know that. But let me know what you think about the value of that specific comic, because that comic is not worth $40. But thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, like I said, let me know what you think about the content today. Did I have a pretty good haul? Is anything that I probably should have skipped out on and not bought other than the ASM? Like literally everything that I bought today for ASM, like I needed it for part of my collection. But as far as any of the other books that weren't Amazing Spider-Man, I think I should have, like the Red Sonja, should I have passed on that Red Sonja? I mean, it's in almost mint condition. Even though it's volume 3, it's still a pretty cool comic. I mean, it might not fit into my collection, but I thought it was a pretty cool pickup. Plus, I needed to pick 3 books to get the discount at their booth. So, yeah. Well, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, a like if you thought you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, that's fine. Give me a thumbs down. I don't mind. If you want to drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what I could do better on my channel, by all means. Constructive criticism is always welcome, as long as you keep it tasteful, man. Well, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Peace.